What's going on everyone? This is Gaurav and welcome to my learning channel. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what is machine learning and what is artificial intelligence. And we are also going to take a look if machine learning is truly a sub part of artificial intelligence. Let's take a look. We all know machine helps us a lot on a day-to-day basis. Let's try to look at it with a simple example. This is a story of Mike. Mike actually works in a sales department in a multinational organization. So on a typical day, he gets up in the morning, he gets ready for work. So he has his suit on, he has his briefcase on, and off he goes to office. And once he reaches office, the first thing he notices is that there is a biometric finger scanner. So he puts his thumbs over there and then the system scans his thumb, authenticates him that this is really Mike who is actually trying to get into office. And then afterwards, once the authentication is done, then Mike is in. Once Mike is in, that he's a tiny bit worried about how is his overall performance for last few months. So he fires up his office chatbot. Here's how the conversation goes. So Mike is asking that, hi, what was my total sales number for last 3 months? Office chatbot replies that, hello Mike, your total sales for last 3 months has been about $4.4 million. Pretty hefty number, I would say. So Mike is really happy and that's why he says, got it, thanks. Office chatbot is also happy and wishes him, have a great day, Mike. And the conversation sort of gets over. Now at this point in time, Mike is feeling pretty happy. He's satisfied that overall his target for this quarter was just $3 million. And now here he is with the $4.4 million. So he wants to celebrate a little bit and that's why he wants to buy something for himself. So he immediately heads over to one of the shopping websites he typically keeps going to, and not to his surprise, the website is recommending him some of the products. And in this case, as you can see, that Mike is really a suit enthusiast, and the website is recommending him that these are some of the suits that you might be interested in. Is this something that you would like to buy? Mike is absolutely stunned and he is like, yeah, absolutely. This is something that I want to buy. So Mike puts the quantity as 1 and the transaction is complete. Mike is happy, website is happy. Now the thing to notice here is that for Mike, there has been 3 different touch points for his 3 interaction with 3 different machines. The moment Mike entered the office, he had to do a fingerprint scanner. Second one was his interaction with the office chatbot. And the third one was his interaction with a shopping website. Now, as you can see, for each 3 of these instances, there was no human intervention. It was human interacting with a machine and it was completely automated. And machine was responding to the human request without any kind of a further guidance that was being provided. And this is a very important thing to understand what is artificial intelligence and what is machine learning. So now let's dive into the topic of artificial intelligence versus machine learning. Let's first of all look at the internet definition of artificial intelligence. So it says artificial intelligence is the science of making machine that can think like humans. It can do things that are considered smart. Pretty scary. It's an umbrella term for different strategies and techniques you can use to make machines more like humans. So in the example that we just saw, which was Mike's story, there were 3 different interactions of Mike with different machines. So you have Mike's biometric scan, you had Mike's office chatbot interaction, and you also had Mike's shopping recommendation. All of these are classic examples of artificial intelligence. So behind these 3 different machines or the systems, there is some form of artificial intelligence which is coded in some system which is making all of these decisions. Now, as you can see, these 3 examples, they are performing much better than a human being. I would say I cannot do any kind of a biometric scan for another human being. So I cannot take a look at your hand and say that this is really Mike. Same goes for office chatbot. I can talk to someone in a chat window, but at the same time, my speed is going to be fairly limited. I cannot do all the calculation that quickly. And the last example, which was Mike's shopping recommendation, I can probably do a recommendation for 1 or 2 person, but imagine that if you have to do the recommendation for millions and billions of people, is that something that you can do accurately? Absolutely not. And this is where I feel like for some of the instances, artificial intelligence is doing much better than humans already. Now, these are not the only examples of artificial intelligence in our lives. You do interact with artificial intelligence a lot more on your day-to-day life. Some of the examples are self-driving cars from Tesla, fraud detection in the financial institutions. So whenever you're making any kind of online transactions, there's definitely multiple factor authentication which is happening. It's just that you don't know that. And all of these decisions are happening in the real time. Netflix recommendations. So whenever you open Netflix, there are certain web series or the movies are being recommended to you based on your past watching history, and your language translation, which is your Google language translator. And then you have a lot of different apps which is doing the exact same thing. All of these are classic examples of artificial intelligence. So if I have to summarize it, artificial intelligence is an umbrella term for all of the different things that a machine can do, which is considered as a smart. But in this case, there are a lot of instances where the machine can be much more smarter than human beings. So hopefully this gives you a good idea about what is artificial intelligence. Now let's take a look at what is machine learning. Now coming to machine learning. So just like last time, we will try to understand machine learning starting with the internet definition of things. So as per the internet, machine learning learning is a pathway to artificial intelligence. This subcategory of AI uses algorithms to automatically learn insights and recognize patterns from the data, applying that learning to make increasingly better decisions. Quite a mouthful, but if I have to say, you can just remember two main things. One, this is a subcategory of AI. Two, this is mostly used to detect patterns based off of the data that it has already seen. Now, in the example that we already learned, which was Mike's example, there was one use case, which is Mike's shopping recommendation. Now, if you think about it, how is the system recommending Mike a certain set of a product, which was suit in this case? So the very simple answer is the system is actually studying the people like Mike, and they see that what are the different things that people like Mike are interested in, and that's the exact same product. And those are the type of the product that the system is recommending to Mike. And that's a classic example of machine learning. And there are so many other examples from your day-to-day life as well. So for instance, if you are applying for a credit card or a loan, in the real time, the financial institution will try to detect whether this particular incoming request is a fraud or if there is any kind of a credit risk to the financial institution. If so, then they will ask for more information from you. And all of these things are happening in the real time, which is aided by machine learning algorithms. Then you also have image detection or the marketing campaign. So like for instance, if you go to a different website, you will see certain advertisement which is very much catered towards you. So your friend might actually see a different advertisement when they are going to similar websites. So if you're thinking, how is this happening? Why is it that two of us are seeing a different type of advertisement? Is because system actually thinks that you are probably more interested in this particular product as compared to your friend. And this is again based on the spending patterns or the buying history of some of the other people who have visited the websites like this in the past. So hopefully this gives you a good idea about what is machine learning. So if I have to summarize it, I will just say, remember two things. One, machine learning is a sub part of artificial intelligence, and machine learning is very much catered towards pattern recognition. These pattern recognition algorithms are trained from the prior history of the data, which is coming from the customers or the different data sources. That's not important, but these are the two main things that you should remember. So hopefully this gives you a good idea about what is AI, artificial intelligence, and what is machine learning, ML, and how you keep on interacting with these two things on your day-to-day life. So in the subsequent video, we're gonna start learning about some of these algorithms and we'll try to implement it in Python. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, I would request you to please like and subscribe, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you so much.